I normally don't make videos on private companies, but because this company has been itching to go public, we have to talk about it. And I'm sure some of you guys have seen the news already, but I think that this just emphasizes how bad people are struggling. When you look at the delinquency in credit card payments, it's at one of the highest levels that we've seen in recent years. When you see companies like this that are the buy now, pay later, Klarna is a Swedish company, Swedish payment startup, and it just reported a first quarter loss. It was expected, well, based off of their previous loss, it was around $47 million a year ago, and they just reported more than double that this year. Just Q1 of 2025. Imagine that, losing $99 million. And you want to know the worst part about this? Is that this is the same company that partnered up with DoorDash to do the buy now, pay later. So let me go just into it, right? And then I'm going to start sharing my opinion. So again, if you guys like videos like this, they're interesting topics, all I ask you to do is drop a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to the channel. Klarna, a popular buy now, pay later service, just announced a 110% increase in their Q1 2025 loss of $99 million. On top of this, consumer credit losses surged to $136 million, meaning that the number of people that did not pay what they originally agreed to pay amounted to $136 million. So they would have been in profit, but again, so much of their loss came from people not paying what they were supposed to. Surprise, surprise. This is the same company that just announced the buy now, pay later for DoorDash orders. How can I say this in like a sensitive way? First off, we all know that Americans are not good with debt. Most Americans should not have a credit card. It is a well-known fact that nearly 50% of Americans are in some form of credit card debt, meaning 1 out of every 2 people, that they carry over a balance month to month. I wanted to share with you that the average interest on a credit card is about 20%. It ranges from 18% to 29% depending on your credit card. So the average is right around 20% that a consumer is paying. We're at one of the highest rates of consumer credit card delinquencies that we've been in the past years. Consumers are drowning in debt. And now you are telling me that things are so bad that we're now offering the buy now, pay later for DoorDash? In my opinion, like, where is that line, that fine line where it's like, okay, we're not going to entertain people putting themselves in worse positions. Just because we can doesn't mean we should. In my opinion, the Klarna and DoorDash partnership just does not make sense for individuals. The eat now, pay later when you're broke. This was something that was said on Twitter. This isn't a payment resolution. This is a slow motion debt spiral dressed up as convenience. If you have to make installment payments on your Big Mac, you probably should not be ordering off of DoorDash. First, DoorDash is very expensive. They don't charge you the actual price of what it costs if you go to the actual restaurant. I'm pretty sure we all know that, right? If a Big Mac costs $8, it's probably $10 or $12. There's a surcharge on the app itself. On top of that, what I like to call all the FU fees. DoorDash needs to make their money, especially if you don't tip the driver, which again, it's just insane. It's a crazy setup where they charge all these FU fees on top of what you already are being overcharged for the actual good that you are buying. And then on top of all of that, the little bow is you're going to finance it in 4 easy installments of, like, when does this stop? When do we protect Americans by treating them like adults? If you cannot make a payment to buy your Big Mac, you should not be making installments on it. We know, historically speaking, it is a fact that most Americans are terrible with credit card debt. So what makes you think that a business that is based off of this partnership with DoorDash is going to bring any good? Does this really surprise you? A $136 million loss in Q1 because consumer credit losses surged? I mean, if we look at the actual company, supposedly Again, the Swedish startup company said its net losses for the first 3 months of 2025 totaled $99 million, significantly worse than their $47 million loss it lost a year ago. Klarna said it was due to several one-off costs related to depreciation, share-based payments, and restructuring. Their revenue is growing 13% year over year to $701 million. But again, that's overall revenue. Klarna said it now has 100 million users, which is scary, 724,000 merchant partners. This company was supposed to IPO, but it paused its IPO. Can you be surprised why? Because no one would want to invest in this bullshit company if it IPO'd, because it just shows how flawed it is. And again, I think that this is just waving the red flag of how down bad Americans are doing. To now offer financing for food, it might be, I apologize if it's my tone, but we all know that it's true. You should not be buying anything on DoorDash if you can't afford to pay it in full. I think that's the easiest way to put it. DoorDash is not cheap. I hate ordering off of DoorDash or Uber Eats because of all the FU fees and the surcharges. Like, first off, now to be making installments on it, how many bad decisions as an adult can you make? And again, what happens to this credit card loss? It's just going to put Americans in a worse position, and obviously these companies in a bad position long term. So just wanted to share that with you. I found the article to be quite interesting because obviously it highlights the concern of, how leveraged people are becoming in today's day and age. And I think that's exactly what this tells us. Affirm is a publicly traded company that offers a very similar, form of business. And we could see ever since its IPO, it's been on a consistent downfall. Lower highs, lower lows. It did fine early 2021, but it's been on a downfall ever since then. So again, excited to follow up. Maybe they end up actually doing very well. But in my opinion, I think it's just a terrible recipe for disaster when it comes down to Americans and when it comes down to this business model. Just my 2 cents. Hope that earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Hope to see you for tomorrow's live trading session whenever it is that you're ready. It's the second link in the description down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.